If your hair grows, this is just super easy to, let's see, it says I'm at 42% if I were a piece of wood. If you follow the channel, you know that I said I'm not going to give Husqvarna any more money. Well, that is a Husqvarna thing. Here's my justification. I bought it at a flea market. It was brand new in a box, completely uncut. The box was like brand new, and it was marked at $13. So I had to buy it, everybody, because I've been using this Forester here. This is the functional one. That's the kind it is. It's called Husqvarna Functional, and that is the Forester right there. This was purchased with a with Chaps and everything. It's been fine. It has been fine, but a couple things I dislike about it. My head tends to be large, and when I push down the earmuffs, there's an issue where sometimes it just doesn't have enough tension and it wants to pop back this way. Okay. Now, my wife, my boys, that does not happen to them. It's just because my head's a little bit on the larger side. And I think it happens mostly on one side, not both sides. I've tried to tweak the metal so that way it's not putting so much pressure and all that, and it's just not as good. Now, but here's the Husqvarna one. Like I said, it was brand new. I have yet to use it. These are available at Lowe's for like 50 bucks or so, and so 13 was not bad, brand new, right? $13. I mean, gosh dang. It's not the helmet I wanted. It is not. I wanted to eventually get the Husqvarna technical one. It's a nicer unit. A couple of positives on this versus my Forester is all the mechanisms, like these right here, work so much better. Okay, this is like it like clicks down positively, and let me tell you, you almost don't even, I'm not gonna say you don't need this, but this almost doesn't even need to be tight, because these press upon you, press on your ears really well. And because of that, I think they also seal up against noise better. Okay, so that's a cool deal. Oh, I didn't realize that. It says it's made in Sweden right there. Nice to see that it's not Chinese. I like that. Guys, I don't have anything against Chinese stuff, but I have a problem when Chinese stuff is super, super expensive. Okay, that's really my big thing. Where the Forester wins, absolutely, hands down, versus this Husqvarna, is the ease of adjustability back here. This is a pain in the neck. This is not one you want to share with a kid or have two kids swap. I know it's kind of nasty because, you know, you sweating them and all that, but this is the deal. We do it because I don't have four of them. Okay, so anyway, this one here, if your hair grows, when your hair grows, I should say, if you got short hair, long hair, going to a different size head, different person, this is just super easy to put on your head, and you can loosen up and tighten very easily. This mechanism is hokey in comparison. Okay, now I don't know if this one will prove to be more comfortable in the long run, but it's definitely not as nice. This is not one you want to keep messing with. Okay, that's my opinion. But anyway, again, I happen to get a good deal on it. It's $13. Would I pay $50? Probably. Over the Forester, I would say it's probably a better. I think it's a better unit than the Forester. Again, I would prefer having the technical at some point, but guys, you can't have, oh shoot, $13, right? Heck of a deal. Maybe this one in the long run will get kind of like, maybe this will get real floppy. I mean, this has been used quite a bit. It's been abused. So there's been no failures on it or anything, but the earmuffs just don't work as well for my head. All right, I'll go ahead and show how the earmuffs work on these. This is my Forester here. Nothing wrong with this hard hat, everybody, or helmet. I don't know, whatever you want to call them. So again, that's really nice. You can kind of just take that and put it in a good location. Push these on. I think it's this left one. Like I said, it has a tendency to Like it'll just pop up on me, and yeah, this one's fine. But yeah, this one will do it here and there. I don't know. This works well. Everything's good with that. It's sealing my errors really, really well. This has a lip here to keep this from knocking down and going into your throat or your chin. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. This one, I'm going to say, feels, well, this is the deal. I can't just easily tighten up this back. I could probably pull on it or something. I'm not going to mess with that, because if I get it too tight, then I got to fight with it. So let me put this down here and push them down. Okay. I think the profile, wow. I can tell you what, I have a tendency that probably yell quite a bit on this one. Now this one I don't feel like flops up out of the way as well. But I can say, I feel like these ear protections are better. Okay. But again, you'll notice I cut a lot of times with my face shield up. It's not the smartest thing in the world, but what will happen is I'll have safety glasses on anyway. And I don't know, it's probably a bad habit. I probably need to stop doing that, because there's a reason for this. Not just your eyes, it just anything. I mean, I've been string trimming and whatnot, and had something fly up and nail me right here, make me bleed or whatever. So it would be wise to have this. Well, that's another thing, guys, is using these while you're string trimming, brush cutting, anything. It makes a lot of sense. It really does. You know, I've been hitting the eye. I actually have extremely poor vision out of one eye already. And I've had my other eye get an injury, and it's scary, because I wouldn't be able to do much, to be honest with you. So it's something to be mindful of. And I was mowing. I was mowing that time, and I was mowing on flat ground, not like here where there's rocks everywhere. I was just mowing, and I think like a little piece of gravel flew up. I don't know how something could fly up with the blades facing on the ground, you know, but it did. There was nothing around. It's not like it could bounce off of a car tire or a tree. That son of a gun straight up beamed me in the eye. It was ridiculous and scary. But anyway, so with something like this, I mean, with how fluke that was, gosh dang, man, maybe it could find a way into here. But again, this is for cutting, you know, and all that. But this right here, I will say this. I feel as if the Forester goes on like more naturally. Like this one, I feel like when I fold these down, I kind of have to wiggle them and put them in a spot. So that's the honest truth. Maybe it's because I'm more familiar with that one. Let me see here. Try again. Forester. See, yeah, this is way up out of the way. So yeah. Okay, let's try this one here. Yeah, this one sits here, but this one, it kind of stays, like, it's because I have it on these slides. And that's why. That one goes there. And that one goes there. What I'd really like to have, everybody, is one ultimately that is more low profile. And by the way, hats and helmets do not sit on my head straight. My head is like lopsided or something. So my hat's always off. You'll notice that. Always off to the side. It's not intentional. It's just that, like, my head must be shaped like a trapezoid or something. And it's very nice to be able to adjust that on the fly. For 50 bucks from Lowe's, guys, I think that this is a good unit. You know, Indiana Doug just recently had that experience where he was cutting and he got into his leg, and he had chaps on, thankfully. It's an eye-opener, because, you know, sometimes, you know, you think, well, how am I going to do that, right? Well, you know, as I watch my videos, I see... I put up almost everything, guys. Anything that I make a mistake on, believe it or not, I post more of my mistakes than I do my successes, because those are the places that there's something to learn about. Those are the places for me to learn, and they might be entertaining or just valuable to know about, right? So, you know, that one recently where I tripped and fell, you know, backwards, you know, and I kept my footing fairly well. You know, I didn't go down all the way, but it wasn't a good deal. My chain brake wasn't on. Would have been good to have on. I don't remember if I had chaps on. I think I didn't have chaps on, to be honest with you. So that's strike two. And anyway, Indiana Doug had that situation happen, and it's an eye-opening thing. And for anybody to just discount that and say, "Oh, you don't know what you're doing," or "I don't need those," or they're uncomfortable, guys. They are very uncomfortable. When I'm out here, guys, I mean, it's 80 degrees and I'm drenched. My pants, these are synthetic, thin pants. You can wring them out right now. It's disgusting. So if I put chaps on, it'd be even worse. But wear the safety equipment. It exists for a reason. Somebody on one of my TikToks just recently, man, I got to be honest with you. My YouTube audience is much nicer than the TikTok audience. Man, those people, whoo, they're pretty brutal. You know, you pinch your saw once, man, you get everything from you're a novice to I'm gonna stay away from you to learn how to cut and all. I mean, it's just unbelievable. But anyway, one guy even said, you know, when someone has all the safety gear, you know that they're gonna think that they're a professional. And boy, you know, I know it's a short form. He doesn't know me, but you guys know. I hope I don't portray myself as a professional. I portray myself. What I want to portray myself is just a homeowner that's self-sufficient, a landowner that does things, and someone that helps people out when I can. I'm a big advocate of doing things for yourself. But anyway, even if you're a professional, you know, chainsaw pants, ear protection, you know, especially if you're into like louder saws, ported saws, you know, those noises will eventually impact your hearing. So anyway, again, Indiana Doug, if you haven't seen that, I'll put a link in the video to that video. That is a worthwhile thing. I mean, he's looking good out there, man. I love those black chaps. They're so cool. I like orange, but when I start looking at myself, I'm like, man, you look like a pumpkin sometimes. So I kind of wouldn't mind at some point getting some like black chaps or some different colors or something. Because I do want to wear them in the videos. I know it might not look like it, but I do try to look okay in the videos. I mean, I don't know. But anyway, the black ones look cool, man. Doug was looking cool. His saw was running awesome. He was running a ported clone saw. I think it's a Neotech. And man, oh man, he just moved, and the bar tagged his leg right on the thigh, everybody. Had he not had those chaps on, that would have been a much different video. We would have been getting a picture of lots of stitches in the hospital, or, I mean, something terrible. Hopefully that would have been it, right? So, guys, if you're out in the woods by yourself, far from your truck, and you don't have chaps on, and something like that happens, it could be the end of you. It really could. And I'm not trying to scare anybody, but that's just the reality of it. It's good sometimes to be reminded that even when you're extremely good at your craft, I'm not going to say that I qualify as that, so I should even more wear the stuff. But even when you're extremely good at your craft, errors happen, right? Errors do happen, and you don't want those things to be life-altering, or just an inconvenience, right? Getting eaten up by a saw like that could make you be worried to run a saw later, like a PTSD type thing. It put you on your back for too long, and you might not be able to financially afford that, not to mention the doctor's bills. Numerous reasons, not to mention your life, right? Not to mention your life. So again, I'm an advocate of wearing this stuff. It's you know, it is what it is. And for $13, oh my gosh, $13 brand new. I am thrilled with that. 13 bucks. Alrighty, so I intended on getting this pile completely worked through. I'm done for today, okay? But we got a lot of it done. I've also gotten a lot of the nastiest stuff done. But there becomes a point where you got to quit. You got to stop. You got to say, okay, it's time to go in. I'm tired now. We rode our bicycles about 7 miles, my boys and I. Mountain bikes on mostly the asphalt and a dirt road. And my one son absolutely loves riding bikes, guys. And I used to be a cyclist, to be honest with you. Mountain bikes and road bikes. And I put on a little bit here. So anyway, I wanted to come out here and split, get some stuff done. But then there was a request to repair a bicycle and to go ride. Well, I hate saying no all the time because I say no a lot. And so we wanted to go ahead and go for a ride. Good for us, good exercise, time as a family. And I came back and did a little bit more splitting here. It's nice, there's shade now. This would be actually a better time to split than when I did earlier in the sunshine. It's cooling down a little bit. The lighting is getting beautiful. This is the oaks that were cut down over in that area over there. And this is what we've got so far. Actually want to grab a moisture meter real quick. Let's just see. I'm gonna throw a moisture meter on here and see how wet they are. This is just a cheapie. Okay, it's kind of used for construction and all that. Let's go ahead and throw this. Let's see. It says I'm at 42%. If I were a piece of wood. All right, let's take a peek here. Let's just grab one. Split this probably about an hour ago. I don't know how long ago. Stick this into there. So it says it's about 24%, 24.4. Stick it on the end. Let's see what that says. I'm just curious. 11.5. So this wood, man, I wish I would have split this up a little bit ago. Would have been good. Okay, let's try another one here. 23.9, 24. Okay, so that's not seasoned. It needs to sit. This was a piece off of the stump, and the stump looked like it was a little bit more rotten, or not rotten, but dead. Bark was off of it. Oh man, 26. Way wet. I'm gonna go grab a piece that I think is seasoned. I'll be right back. I went ahead and grabbed 2 pieces. These were uncovered. We've had rain recently, okay? They've been split for a little while. This one has been split longer. And I believe the gray side was up when I grabbed it. The pile's been shuffled. So this has been split for probably almost a year. So that says 14%. Let's try on this side. I'm just curious. 12.5. Now, this was the underside, I'm pretty sure. Again, we have had a few inches of rain here recently, and these guys were just out in the open, just in a pile. This was a more recent split. Let's see what this was in round form recently. So that's at 16.2. I'm pushing in that pretty good. 12.9. 16. 17.2. 18. It's very interesting to see. I'll go ahead and leave these pieces here. A little bit of a mixed bag. We got water oak, we got white oak. This is a white oak right here. There's some water. This is like a water oak. We got black jack oak in here. Anyway, it's all oak though. So kind of an interesting thing. Kind of a cool little moisture meter. That takes, what I don't like about it is it takes a 9-volt battery. It's not something I have a lot of laying around generally. And but anyway, it works fairly well. And as soon as you get some energy or make some continuity between those 2 pins, turns the light on. You can't like turn it off. It just automatically turns. Oh, I just lied. You can press and hold it for a long time. I just learned something. Anyway, that's that tool right there. Moisture meter for firewood. I mean, it's not specific. I know there's better ones out there. There's some people that are real heavy into kiln dry and all that stuff. But anyway, pretty cool. Turn it off again. Awesome. We are a very low budget channel at this point in time, and I hope at some point to be able to invest to get you guys even better content, more interesting content. Also, I have a treehouse that we started too. I haven't put any content on that, guys. It's so cool. My boys, I had to kind of take a break from cutting and realize that I need to do some stuff with my kids too, besides splitting, cutting, filming, and all that. They filmed a little bit of the treehouse, but man, it's going really well. We've got the platform up in there, so a lot of stuff coming, guys. I have a lot of video to edit. It takes a lot of work to get all that stuff edited, especially to do a good job. When those YouTube channels say like, hey, thanks for making it all the way to the end, they mean it, because I mean it. When you make it all the way to the end, when you make it halfway through on a 15-minute video, you are above average. I will tell you that right now. But unless you're able to just capture someone's attention and entertain them for 15-20 minutes, they're just not going to hang out for that long. And so I do appreciate all of you for being here, especially all of you that make it to the end consistently. I know when you do, it's really unfortunate to put a lot of effort into videos. It's a very hard thing, actually, when you know you have good content. And I have numerous videos that I know are better than most of mine, but I have these videos that I put no effort into, and they get thousands of views, long form, short forms especially, but they'll get thousands of views. And then I do an excellent, like, thought out storyline, good video angles, tons of time into editing, and it gets 300 views. It's mind-blowing to me how that works. Like my forest bench, I think that's a cool video. Maybe it's not. My axe making that hatchet out of a piece of firewood, that handle, that's another good video. I think a little bit more, but I know a lot of people just are here for chainsaws, and a lot of people are here for reviews on equipment, seeing my experience, wondering if a 562 or 620 or a 545 is a great saw. I've had people tell me that they've purchased saws based on my take and my review, right? And so I know that's a big part of the channel, but also at the same time, I don't have the ability to continue to put new stuff on the channel. I would love to bring a 500i on here. I'd love to bring a 592, 572, 462, 400C, all that stuff. I wouldn't mind bringing some of the saws that you can no longer purchase. However, that doesn't really do the current market, people that want to buy stuff, any good, because you're not going to find a used Dolmar around here. It's just not, or a Makita. It's not going to happen. I mean, I doubt one exists in my county of 10,000 people. I don't know if they have one. So the channel's growing. We're going to be close to 4,500 subs on within a day or two. We'll be there. We're getting close to 5,000, which is incredible. And I'm trying to keep things fresh and interesting. And thank you. Sincerely thank you. My boys, my wife, and I are all extremely invested. As we've seen success with the channel, as it's growing now, and growing at a good rate, it's encouraging, and it makes you want to do more and do better. From Okie Woodsman and the family, we thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. If you made it this far, wow, thank you. Thank you very much. Have a good one.